Boucher hasn't come past her, could just start to play on her mind. It doesn't count for a lot, but what it does mean is that Boucher is in control.
Now, are you thinking a clean sweep for the French again? Or do you think the fact that they're all racing together, as they do in training, do you think it might force errors amongst themselves?
Well, that's always a possibility, but it's hard to see any of the winners coming from anywhere outside of the top 10, and everyone else, apart from the French, have such a big gap to close.
Yeah, Preutz, I think, probably best placed in 6th. Preutz is shooting this year 93% in the prone, so I'm expecting her to be in the picture come the halfway point of the race. First shoot of the women's pursuit. Do not move because this race is over before you know it. 4 shoots in all. It's only a 2K loop, and Simon, as expected, the first to strike. 2 out of 2. They work in opposite directions. 4 out of 4. There's going to be a lead of 20 meters or so. Away goes Simon. 5 out of 5. Boucher. The pressure is on. She knows she has to hit to stay with her. She waits. She waits. She waits. Down it goes. And Simon, a little look down to the left. I think she picked up on the fact that Boucher has gone clear.
Well, Boucher in both races that she's done this week, she skied away on both occasions a 30-second deficit, and then at the end of the sprint race, yesterday, she skied to 10 seconds quicker on the last loop, so she knows she can make up that gap. Chauveau makes sure she skied hard, shot well. Jomano a mistake, so it's going to drop back into the chasing pack. Bendika took a lot of time for the first shot, but missed the next 2, so that's her chance. Oh, she's gone. She's out of it. That is a shame. No PB for her today. Vitozzi taking her time. Hannah Erberg's going fast. The best shooting from Hannah Erberg. Always seems to come at the majors.
Пасьют, чемпионат мира, ребят.
And Vitozzi, so that's a strong trio going out together, Ian.
Yep, and Vitozzi will be pleased that Erberg is just ahead of her. That's exactly where she wants to be.
Ребят, напишите, как лагает, не лагает трансляция.
To do most of the work on this loop.
Yeah, they were all over a minute behind at the start, so they are closing on the 2 up front. But I think the French pairing of Simon and Boucher took their time. Vera clears 5. Davidova must be in. The crowd is starting to react. 4 out of 4. Down it goes. Down it goes. So the Czechs are moving up the order. Lien is clear. Richard is clear. Great shooting standard. Look at that. Not so many red dots around today. Only 5 on the chart at the moment. And Lotte Lee would expect to clear the first 5. She does.
So coming into that first shoot, Patrick, we started the race with only 5 athletes within 60 seconds of the leaders. Coming to the first shoot, that almost doubled to 9 within 60 seconds, and that just shows you how easy Simon and Boucher took it on that first loop. Thunderbolt has cleared and goes out 1:47 behind, so that's a 10-second gain just on the first of these 5 loops.
Well, I don't think I'd be making any adjustments, like dropping 1 low right. The grouping, the centre of the group was pretty central for Julia Simon, so I think she will leave the sights untouched. So that 8 seconds has been closed, and I don't need to ask you who you think is finding it easiest out on the tracks. Boucher is absolutely
тормозит, я уже
and it doesn't look to me as if Simon is working all that hard either, which is good news for us all.
Нормально,
It brings everyone else, all the others, I think, in the top 10 places back into the race.
Yeah. Now they put a lot of salt down on the tracks, Ian, just to keep them firm enough, but it's still not really hardened the tracks up like it usually does. That's because they're using urea rather than salt itself, just to preserve the tracks a little bit for next week. I did have images of turning up and seeing yellow tracks everywhere, but it's not the case, and it's just a different way of doing it. I'm still concerned that if you go hard, and we saw it in the women's sprint, if you go hard for the first 2 loops, you lose more time than you gain on the last loop. I wonder whether that is the thinking for Boucher and Simon.
The 2 of them have got a little race going on between them. We know that they are they're amicable and they respect one another, but
I can't honestly say I think that they are good friends, and there's a little bit of tension that is playing out in today's race. Simone has 2 golds from these championships already. Reza Boucher has 2 medals. One of them is the wrong color, and she'll want to fix that today. It's hard to tell for sure. This is not a slow pace, but they certainly have the ability to move quicker.
Here are our 2 leaders. Simone being allowed to lead the way at the moment. Reza Boucher looking very composed in second place.
Ребят, поддержите канал лайками. Кто не подписался, подпишитесь. Тут все про биатлон. Идут трансляции, видео о биатлоне. Итак, лидеры Джулия Симон, на втором Реза Бoucher, на третьем Чевон. Четвертая Лиза Витоци, пятая Ханна.
So Vitozzi moving ahead of Öberg to push the pace a little, and you can see the difference in ski speed. They are gaining a little on the 3 French athletes in front of them.
Yeah, I like Vitozzi's style. The center of gravity stays very, very level compared to Hannah Öberg, where it's going up and down. And to move your center of gravity up and down requires a lot of work. But that is where some of her power is coming from. So shoot 2, they're going to be on the same lanes as they were for the first shoot. And Julia Simon, again, will strike first. Whose target is the coach watching?
Вторая Лёшка.
Well, that looked like a little change of the sights on the vertical axis for Reza Boucher. Last time, Simon had 5 down before Reza Boucher had 3.
Джулия
So
Симон.
the first miss and the first mistake.
Промах Жюстин Браза.
And who is the
Для
first person
чего
to pick
есть
up on that?
шанс.
Sophie Chauveau, and she now knows that if she
Шаво,
goes 5 with
точнее.
5, she will have the
Софи
leaders in
Шаво.
her sights. Oh, she's lucky. She is lucky. Everything low left at the moment.
Пока
That's
чисто.
better. Low right this time. Go on, no, throws that wide. There's her chance gone.
Последним выстрелом
And
Лиза
that is an
Витоци.
opportunity for Vitozzi to get 30 seconds closer to the leaders. Such good shooting on the first shoot, and suddenly the pressure is mounting. We're only halfway through this pursuit. Goodness knows what the final shoot is going to be like. Vitozzi taking an age for that first shot. Four apiece for the chasers. 5. Great shooting from Hannah Öberg yet again. Preutzk, is she going to keep Germany's hopes alive? She does. She does. This is turning into a cracker of a race. There's 2 standing shoots still to come. And Sophie Chauveau, really, I think, will be the one that's hurting most after that shoot. She would have been within 4 seconds
Всем
of the
привет,
leaders.
кто присоединился. Ребят, тут чемпионат мира Пасьют, женщины бегут. Проставьте лайки, чтобы продвинуть трансляцию в топ, кому не трудно, ребят.
Elvira, 1 miss on the first shoot. She goes 5 with 5 this time around. Vera, 2 misses the first 2. Richard, who's shot clear first time round, was going well. A miss from Davidova as well. Tandrevold gets 5 out of 5. Now, Tandrevold, as you know, started down in 25th position. She was 14th into the range. She's going out in the top 10. She said she wasn't fussed about positions, but at some stage she's going to start to get excited.
That's right. The positions get harder to close the further up the results list that you go, but her tactic was bang on today. Just go and perform and have a good race. Enjoy it.
Chauveau looking very relaxed, but just will be frustrated. And this time around, it is Reza Boucher who leads. Is this where she's going to try and pull ahead? We know once again that Simone will be the quickest with the standing shoot, and Simone's record in standing over the last 3-4 weeks is much, much better than we've seen from Reza Boucher. Well, I wonder whether France are split on who they want to win here, Ian.
Well, whether if they are or not, you mean the country or the coaches?
Well, no, I hope the coaches do not mind. They just want golds. I'm sure the bonuses come from the number of medals rather than who gets them. I'm thinking about the biathlon fans in France.
Yeah, they will all have their own fans, won't they? And of course, we all do have our own favourites, and sometimes that comes out. But I think at the moment the French country is hoping that the first three remain French.
So through the halfway stage, Vitozzi has cut half of the deficit, so she is on
Всем привет, кто
schedule to challenge for
присоединился.
the medals at the very least, if not the gold. Hannah Erberg,
Пасьют,
she started at
Чемпионат мира
1:07
по
behind, so
биатлону.
she's taken
Новое
30
место
seconds
на
off the
морали.
leaders. And Preuss, who started in fifth,
Поставьте
started
лайки, кто не
1:05
поставил,
behind.
если
So
не
she's taken
понял,
a decent chunk out
что
of the race leaders
продвинуть
as well.
трансляцию.
Vitozzi, Erberg, Preuss, 10 out of 10 in the prone. Can they do the same in the stand to challenge for the gold medal here? Erberg, you know, she's one of the bigger figures. Brézard-Boucher weighs in the low 50 kilos. Hannah Erberg, I don't know, but she's a much taller figure, and these soft conditions do not suit the bigger athlete.
No, not easy. If you're heavy, the heavier you are, the more the skis press down into these soft conditions. But Tandrevold, not only is she relatively light compared to the others, but she has a higher tempo than most. A little like Ida Leon here. She's in 22nd. We're in 22nd. She's in 13th place.
Кто хочет поддержать канал донатом, ребят, ссылка на донат Лерс в чате есть. Кто хочет поддержать мой канал.
It's never quite as elegant as Brézard-Boucher's, but I think there's even more forward angle in that upper body, and you can see from the face she's just clinging on in there.
That's right, holding that forward angle puts a lot of stress on the core and the back, and it uses up energy. It pushes the heart rate up just a little. Brézard-Boucher, on the other hand, much more upright, a much more pronounced relaxation phase in the technique. Cheveux, technically very good, always looks very relaxed. Good tempo, very light athlete, not tall, not heavy. Vitozzi, taller than Cheveux, but streamlined, let's say. Looking up. Sensing the atmosphere in the stadium. So noisy here, Patrick. They need radios to 0 in the morning, even when there's no cheering going on.
Yeah, all the athletes in the sprint events said they were getting information from the coaches trackside. They could not hear a word. That's really how you want it, and the coaches have got to get a different way. I know with the, you know, for the shooting, you just have a metal target that you indicate where the shots went. They have to do something the same. If it's some advice on how to ski, what sort of pace to set. So for the third time today, Simon and Brézard-Boucher are on the range together, but Brézard-Boucher this time goes in lane number 1. Simon will be quick. Down goes target number 1. This is how to win a biathlon race. Look at that, 4-1, 5-1. Brézard-Boucher is going to have to play catch up again, and she's got a penalty loop, and it's starting to look, it's looking even more like a victory for the defending champion. Simon has done the business, and now Brézard-Boucher, who has struggled since Ruhpolding with the standing shoot, 2 penalty loops to play, and suddenly she is concerned about getting a medal at all.
Ah, my word. Well, she was in control in going into that shoot, but Simon took the chances that she usually does, and it has paid off.
Yeah, and I think we'll see the same on the second stand. Chabot is now on a roll. She misses number 4. She gets 5, so she will be, I think, she's going to be just ahead. It's going to be very tight between herself and her teammate. Vitozzi could go into second place. She will do. The Italians having an absolute stormer, having started in 7th. And Hannah Erberg, I missed her shooting score. Ian, did you pick up on that? Erberg turns left, so she's got at least 1 loop to do.
Well, I think at this stage, even 1 puts her out of the podium positions, unless something drastic happens the next time they come into the race.
How can you possibly say that? We know there will be a final twist on the range when they come in.
Well, let's hope so.
Yep, now, Tandrevold was in 10th last time we saw. She has climbed back 46 seconds on the race leaders. Another 5 out of 5 from her.
Эльвира стреляет. Кандра вот промах, Эльвира чисто, а на Кандре. Чисто. Кандра вот 3 промаха на стойке. Ришар. Промах от Давидова, промах. Промах. Ребят, поставьте лайки, кому не сложно, чтобы продвинуть в топ данную трансляцию.
I think we've got a few stories still to come in this women's pursuit. This is Julia Simon in real time, if you can believe it. Did you ever achieve that in your career, Ian?
Only when we were playing, Patrick, never when it really mattered.
Yeah, it's staggering. It's staggering. And we saw it in the mixed relay. She sealed victory there. We saw it at the end of the pursuit. She didn't really need to push that hard, but she just went for it. And what's so incredible, and a lot of the shooting coaches are stunned by, is the speed she gets the first round away.
That's right. It's as if she doesn't prepare, and that's become the way she does it every single time now. It usually works. When it goes wrong, and we do see it go wrong, it costs her big because she'll miss 2 or 3, and then it goes downhill after that. But today, I mean, it's kind of, well, it's sort of unkind, isn't it, to everyone else? There's just no chance of staying with her when she can shoot that fast.
Yeah, and if Brézard-Boucher shoots that fast on the next shoot, it means she can afford to miss 3. She can afford to miss 3 because she will be she'll be 10 seconds quicker than most in the range. Then the penalty loops, 2 would take her 50, 3 will take her a minute 10, a minute 15. She can afford to miss 3 and still think in terms of winning. We have a brilliant battle for bronze and silver, Ian, because Vitozzi, Brézard-Boucher, Chavot. Vitozzi is a bit slower but shoots well. Brézard-Boucher is the fastest but it's not shooting so well. And Chavot is pretty steady with both. So it's anybody's guess who is going to medal out of those 3. And maybe they'll force mistakes from each other and Preutz will come through. Here is your likely winner. She's got the range to herself for the next shoot. And she's 46 seconds clear of second place.
Пока на первом месте
Julia Simon, 3 laps completed, 3 shoots completed. She has 1 shoot remaining. And just the end of this 4th lap, and then she can start to celebrate. I wonder whether we'll see a bow or a punch of the air should she get 5 out of 5. The French, Ian, topping the medal table at the moment with gold in the mixed relay, gold in the women's sprint. It looks as though it's going to be gold in the women's pursuit, unless Vitozzi can get in there quick enough to put pressure on Julia Simon. She's looking very, very live. This is good skiing from Vitozzi.
Yeah, she's lost 4 seconds. That's hard to believe given how easy the paces looked for Simon. So since they left the range, she's lost 4 seconds on Simon.
A minute and 3 between the top 4 places. We have only 14 seconds
Поставьте лайк,
between
кто
silver
зашел,
and 4th.
чтобы продвинуть трансляцию в топ. Кому не трудно. Заключительная стрима.
27-year-old Julia Simon, 11 wins in her career, 5 of those have come in the pursuit. This is the format of racing she enjoys. We're away. First one in the prone, second one a tiny bit low. We're going. She's got the victory. It's in the bag already. Let's do it in style. She does. Drops it low left. And the goal secured. Julia Simon has done it again. And that smile that we saw at the end of the mixed relay and at the end of the sprint is back. And it may well be there for the next 2,000 meters. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, he wasn't able to relax until that last shot went down, was he?
So the best Vitozzi can do is silver. She's already had a look down to see the targets. She knows, she saw the 5 white targets, so she knows there is no catching Simon. Just focus. Pretend you're training. A silver medal beckons.
Борьба за второе-третье место. Витоцци промах.
4 out of 5, it could be good enough. We're not to know until Brézard-Boucher and Chavot have finished, and Brézard-Boucher agonizingly long before that first shot. It's gone wide. Vitozzi is in the silver medal position. I think that is pretty much assured now. Chavot gets 4 out of 5. Now Brézard-Boucher, she can afford to take her time. She can. She's got 4. She's got, what, 25 meters to chase down on Chavot. Do not tell me Chavot is going to get another 4th place finish.
Oh, Chavot is in good form, but can she hold off Brézard-Boucher? I suspect not.
So out comes Vitozzi, and 1:15 on the clock. The margin between second and third is crucial. Hannah Öberg might have a chance because the other two are still on the penalty loop. The next shot down, and Hannah Öberg could give Sweden a chance. It's going to be close. Can she chase down Brézard-Boucher? Preutz is in the running as well, and Elvira Öberg just misses number 5. It's not been a brilliant shooting day for her. And Germano, who started in 3rd, dropped down the order. Germano 2 misses prior to this final shoot, and that really putting her out of contention. Gandler. Oh, a chance for PB has gone for Gandler, I feel. An extra 300 meters to ski. Now, Davidova for the Czech Republic. Can she get a top 10 finish for the home nation? Chavot at 1:29. Brézard-Boucher, I'm sure, is going to eat up that 6 seconds pretty quickly. Hannah Öberg, 1:42. That's a big ask. No one else has had to contend with the reaction of the crowd. Hats off. Great effort.
That's the loudest it's been in the stadium all afternoon.
Yeah, and they were similarly enthusiastic for Krejmarsh in the men's sprint yesterday. That's the job done. Job done for Julie Simon. The 3rd gold coming her way. And now the talk will all be about whether she can claim 7. Brézard-Boucher missed that little stumble coming off the firing point. Not sure what happened there, but that hasn't made her life any easier as she chases down the bronze medal.
Yeah, that will be very irritating. She's got a lot of work to do now, but let's see if we can pick up on a time out on the course.
Yeah, Brézard-Boucher has 20 seconds to catch up on Vitozzi, who's in the silver medal position. It's possible, but it's going to be a mighty hard final lap. And remember, it's only 2 kilometers, so it's a 10-second gain per kilometer. And this is what you live for as a biathlete. The final loop, knowing that a gold medal at a major championship is yours. And she won't even feel any of the pain that Vitozzi is feeling right now. And Vitozzi will be aware that the rest are coming, and Brézard-Boucher moves up into the bronze medal position. Chavot, I'm afraid, started 4. She's going to finish in 4 at best, unless she can hang on in there and out-sprint and outwit her teammate. But I can't see that coming.
No, unlikely, but she's still, Brézard-Boucher is still pressing on. She believes she can make up some time on Vitozzi, but there's almost no track left to do it in.
Yeah, this is the final climb for Julie Simon. She's got another 250 meters to go, and as soon as she crests the top of this rise, then she can just relax and glide down into the finish area. Flags flying. The French overjoyed with the way things are going. Their 3rd gold of these championships, and Julie Simon has had a share in every single one of them.
Is she going to stop and chat with everyone?
Nice job. Nice job.
Oh, wonderful.
My goodness. So that is going to be her 5th World Championship gold, and She's got 3 out of 3 here.
Чемпионка
The number
мира.
1 from 2023. It's her 10th season of biathlon, either on the IBU Cup Tour or the World Cup Tour. And she started her career with national wins on roller skis. Breza Boucher is closing in on the leaders on Vitozzi. She's got to within 5 seconds of Vitozzi, and Vitozzi on the final climb now is going to have to give it absolutely everything if she wants that silver medal. It's a gap, but the camera made it look a bit shorter than it was. But Breza Boucher is still a danger. Chavot has given up the chase. The little bit of elastic between herself and Breza Boucher has broken. And Vitozzi, I think the finish just can't come soon enough. She started to look over her shoulder and then I think thought against it. She just needs to focus on what she's got to do. Breza Boucher is going to have to settle for third, but what an effort. She was 20 seconds behind Ian with only 2K to go. She has closed more than 15 of those. Vitozzi gets silver, having started in 7th, and France get a bronze to add to the gold that went to Julia Simon. Another great day for the French, and Chavot despondent at 4. Not again, not again. Maybe the mass start or the individual will go her way. What has she got to do to get a medal?
Yeah, Sophie Chavot was so thrilled yesterday with 4th. Different story today. She knew she could have done it.
Hannah Öberg, another good race. You know, what, a month ago you wouldn't have thought she'd get anywhere near the top 5. She's done it today, hitting 18 out of 20. Preutz shooting brilliantly, 19 out of 20, but not getting the ski speed that we were expecting from her. Nice words from Simon to Chavot. If you can put a smile on the 4th place finisher, you've done really well. Jean-Monod drops from 2nd down to 7th, so she swaps places with Vitozzi, who went from 7 to 2, and another brilliant day for the French biathletes. Isn't it such a good format?
It's a great format. It sounds like Davidova is in the stadium. There she is. That's a good result.
So much promise 5 years ago. Of course, got a gold medal at the World Championships in Pasuch. Hasn't really managed to rekindle that form. Goes 9 today, just ahead of Estonia's Tomingas, who'll be delighted with that. That's a good run from Tomingas. She started 24, she's gone all the way up into 10. Bendica goes from 5 down to 11, having missed 3 on the first shoot. And that was very unlucky. 6 misses in all for Bendica.
Vabonikova, another one who's only missed 1, and the crowd are really pleased to see her already crossing the line. Started number 32, so she has made up 20 places today.
Yeah, great effort. Got within 2:47. Jagiela for Poland. 3:01 behind. Richard started, where did Richard start? She was number 15, so drops 3 places with 4 misses. The only athlete to hit 20 out of 20, bizarrely, Tamara Steiner, but she went from 13th to 16th. How do you manage that? No, it must have had either bad skis or been feeling awful, but she shot brilliantly. How's the second of the Austrians across the line? 34 to 22, so good gains, 12 places gained from her.
Хочу посмотреть, на каком месте будет Анна-Мария Лампич.
Into 25th position, having started 35. 7 misses for Lampitz of Slovenia, so Lampitz dropping down to 28, but to miss 7 and go from 36 to 28 is quite an achievement. She is still skiing incredibly fast. Again, the Norwegians struggling in years gone by with Tanrevold and Eckhoff and, of course, Roysland. They have been dominating the podium positions, but it's the French that have taken over. Tanrevold, she got close in the early stages, but then too many misses in the standing position, drops down into 34th position. That was not the confidence-boosting race that she wanted.
No, it was a pretty good start, seemed to be going well earlier on, but she now needs to really just put both of these races behind her. They do have a day off tomorrow, that will help.
It certainly will. Are you thinking in terms of 7 out of 7 for Simon?
It is possible, we do see that. We've seen it with Tulekov in the past, we've seen it with, who else have we seen it? There's certainly been, there seems to be trends, don't they? When it happens, more often I think in the men's race with